Commander Barefoot,
Commander Mechan.
we did it again.
Did what?
That's a good question. Crazy Barefoot and Mechan things.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, we just put out the sequel album to Glory of Mankind, which is called Heroes of Mankind.
And this time it's like every track's got lyrics.
Yes, I know, right? This time we actually went a full 9 or 10 yards, whatever the number of yards. Every track has lyrics, and every track has a story of the recent developments and upcoming developments in the game we all love.
I think we actually got some really interesting, diverse subjects this time as well, rather than just all about the same thing.
I agree. Do you think we should bring up the discography? Like, should we show the audience like the track list at this point in time? All right. Let me pull this up. Let's see if I can find it for once. And here it goes. I have it in a way that is absolutely impossible to see because it's way too small. And now it's somewhat bigger. So, well, I just put the track list down here. So that's kind of easier to read. So we have 10 tracks, starting with Shipyards Hum Once More, then Heroes of Mankind, the titular title, The Pleiades Stand, Heed the Call of Distant Worlds, The Blockade of HIP 22460, Lonely Voice, Steel and Stars, Every Friday is Finance Friday, Lantern Light, and the bonus track, Fargoid, California. Which one's your favorite, Barefoot?
I'm not sure, I'm torn between the one all about the new ships. I like that one a lot. And then I forget the name of it. What was the one we just did that I said that the generation was a 9 out of 10?
Is it Every Friday is Finance Friday?
No, it was the one for... Oh, it was the Distant Worlds one. Distant Worlds, yeah. I'm torn between Distant Worlds and the new ships.
Yeah. I mean, there's something for everyone, like in terms of stories and experiences that people can relate to and that tell the story and the experience of people in the game. Shipyards, it's about the new ship, so that kind of affects more or less everyone. Heroes of Mankind is about the war of humanity against the Fargoids, and in particular the Battle of Sol, which had a disproportionate number of people participating. The Pleiades Stand is about us claiming and taking over the Pleiades.
That's your favorite, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah, I want to say, like, musically, in terms of like emotion, the Pleiades Stand is the one I dig the most. Although I think all of them are really awesome stories and really cool music, but the Pleiades Stand would probably be my personal favorite of the list. But I think, each one tells a story, and I think many of these are going to be, as I said, related to a lot of people. Like, Distant World 3 is being organized, and Heeding the Call of Distant Worlds for all explorers out there and people who love being in the black. That's a call and a hymn for them. The Blockade of HIP 22460 is instead for combat pilots that showed up at the blockade of the Proteus Wave site location. Lonely Voice is about Subject D2, or Shojin A, as she is more properly known, and her story. Her sad and unfortunate story, up to this point at least. Steel and Stars is about hauling, of which there has been plenty in the game.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Tell me about it, man. I just started a system with a tier 3 station. That was fun.
Right, fun for a while. I don't know for how long the repetitive hauling is going to be, but hopefully it'll be a bit more fun with some music to jam to it as you're kind of hauling steel, aluminum, titanium, and composites. That's a kind of celebration of haulers. And then Finance Friday, every Friday is Finance Friday, is about the Antique Initiative event of Fargate hunting that typically happens in Antique combat zones and yields people a lot of credits and has helped fund many a carrier or many years of carrier upkeep. And then you've created Lantern Light as a hymn to a friend of yours, right?
Yeah, Lavelane. He built that crazy spinning station around the Neutron.
Yeah, that's definitely community favorite. even from the developments picked up with a spinning bobblehead of the station. That was a lot of fun. It's like it's like, every now and then, like, people will know I complain a lot about things getting fixed in the game. That's one bug I almost hope they hadn't fixed, because it was so cool.
I kind of wanted it to stay as well. I was dead proud that I contributed to the building of that station. Only a tiny bit. Lave did 99% of the work, but yeah, I was pleased I was done something.
It was ton of fun. And then Far Cry California is about the California Nebula, which is currently the only place where anti-xeno combat zones can be found, and as a result is probably the most dangerous place in the game, which is, thankfully for newcomers, not exactly around the corner, as it is a good 600 to 700 light years from the bubble. But it's actually a pretty cool place with a beautiful red nebula, and a lot of fun for more experienced commanders who actually seek out the frail that anti-xeno combat zones represent. And it is also the hosting place of Finance Fridays. And this one, I think we've probably ripped off a little bit from a more famous song, I believe.
I have no idea what you could possibly be talking about.
Right. I wonder if people will recognize like what we've taken it from. But I mean, look, Barefoot, it's been wonderful collaborating with you on Glory to Mankind, which I don't know how you feel about it, but actually I had a question for you, man.
Oh, go on.
When you sent me the original song that kind of started it all, which was Sorry Commander.
Oh yeah.
And I was just mind blown. And I told you, we should do a music album with this thing. What was your reaction? What did you think at first?
Really? I thought, you insane. No one's going to want to listen to my rubbish or anything like similar.
And yet we have an album that has almost 100,000 streams on Spotify alone, from 10,000 people on that service alone. So if you combine all the different streaming services, including YouTube Music, Apple Music, Deezer, the Bandcamp downloads, and the like, has been listened to by almost 20,000 people for a total of maybe 200,000 times at this point in time. I
still can't believe.
It's kind of crazy, right? I mean,
doesn't seem real.
I mean, I'm not known to be shy, and I was certainly hoping for the work we did to prove popular, but I want to say even I didn't think that it was going to be so popular and so broadly appreciated. So I hope the community will appreciate the sequel as well and enjoy listening to it and jamming to like the game, to these tunes, at least as much as we've enjoyed making it. As I know I had a ton of fun.
Yeah, man, it's always fun.
And a big shout out also to Commander Arian Royce, who has created a wonderful, wonderful artwork of the album cover, both for Glory to Mankind and now for Heroes of Mankind.
Yeah, he does great stuff.
I mean, you guys are both such talented people. I'm like, crumble in shame compared to like just how talented you both are at artistic work. It's been a true pleasure working with both of you.
I mean, you pull your weight, man. You come up with a lot of the outlines for what we should write about and stuff. I just write down some words that rhyme.
Yeah, no, it's been good. So, anything else, Barefoot? We should tell the folks out there about this project, about the music. Oh, I think maybe a couple other things. This has been made with AI. I think it's important to be transparent about that, as I know people have strong feelings about this. This was made with Suno, the model version 4 of Suno, which is an actually improved version of the model we used for the prior album, which I think it's fair to say results in even higher quality overall. And,
yeah, substantially.
Yeah, and again, look, people do criticize, and I understand the criticism of kind of work done with AI, but it's also important to understand that this kind of work would just not be possible otherwise. I mean, I've asked around if any because there's no money here, let's be honest, right? If any band actually wants to raise their hand and collaborate with us in actually recording a live music version of this, I mean, we'll just roll out the red carpet, but
Damn
it
right, yeah.
hasn't happened, and honestly, I don't think it will happen because, I mean, our artists deserve to eat. I'm the first one to say that, and there's no food for artists in a fan endeavor about a 10-year-old video game.
Yeah.
So it's the kind of thing that I think AI has a role in these sort of little passion projects and little fan projects. But yes, nevertheless, the lyrics are entirely all our own. So those we wrote entirely by hand from script all the way to the last punctuation mark. The music is entirely generated, and the music and vocals is entirely generated with Suno AI Model 4. And the production is again our own with the artwork by Commander Aaron Royce. So that's how it was. That's how it was done. Anything else, Barefoot, we should let the folks know about the little project we did here?
Stick it on loop and listen to it over and over and over again.
Hey, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think. We'll love your feedback. We'll love your input. Like, these stories come from the things we do together in the game and from the joint memories and the joint experiences of the community, and are really meant to be a celebration of those. So keep that feedback and keep that input coming. And as always, glory to mankind and to the heroes of mankind. Commander Mechan and Barefoot, over and out.